Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of How Much Does RV Life Cost? In case you missed part 1, if you want to learn how we spent almost $3,500 in our first month, click the link here and check it out.
We're Jenna and Jeremy.
In August 2020, we bought an RV.
In September 2020, we sold everything and hit the road full time.
Follow our adventures as we explore more of our incredible planet Earth.
Don't forget to press that subscribe button and turn on post notifications for weekly travel videos.
You can find us on Instagram at Quench Your Adventure. Now on to the good stuff.
So this video is month 2 of all our spending that we had in the month of October.
Yeah, so we spent the month of October mostly in Yellowstone National Park and Grand Tetons. And unfortunately, about halfway through the month, I learned that my job went from remote back to face-to-face, so we booked it home to North Carolina. So it might change our gas spending a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably a higher number with gas, but hopefully we did better in the other categories.
Yeah, still an awesome month, so let's get to it. Quick note, we will be using some clips from part 1 for fixed cost or just other information that was relevant to share. So let's get started. Our first category is mortgage, which we're referring to the RV itself and the payment that we have on it.
So we ended up buying a 25-foot Coachmen Freelander 2007 Class C RV.
It has just under 40,000 miles on it. It was listed on Facebook Marketplace for $25,000. Talked that down to $21,500.
Thanks,
and
Jeremy.
Our monthly loan payment is $263 for 96 months. So
with an interest of, I think, 7.25%.
Decent.
Yeah.
So.
Our next category is accommodations. So where did we sleep? Where did we stay? This category, we spent $0 the first month, and we spent $0 again the second month. $0.
So it wasn't all glamour. There were nights in parking lots and whatnot, but we did also find some really cool places to boondock off the grid. So if you want, we made a boondocking for beginners video, and you can check that out right here.
Our next category is gas.
Gas is pretty expensive. If you have any experience with RVs, they don't get very good gas mileage.
It's so bad. It is 9 miles per gallon.
In our first month of September, we drove all the way out west. We spent $820 on gas. This month, since we ended up having to drive back, we didn't do much better. But I will say, the first half of the month we spent in the Tetons and in Jackson. We drove back and forth a little bit, but we only spent $120. We were hoping to start heading south into northern Utah and maybe only spend a couple hundred in total on gas. So that didn't quite happen. Our total ended up being $733. So hey,
for the
month of October,
Yikes.
That's still $87 cheaper than last month. So
hey, if we can just keep getting cheaper and cheaper, I'll be okay.
Yeah, which we have.
The next category is propane, which I love the heater in our RV. It works really well. The first month we spent $46. We were mostly in South Dakota, and I, thought that was pretty good. So then it got a little colder as we got into Wyoming.
We did actually have one snowfall in mid-October in Jackson, which is kind of crazy.
Really cool though. We ended up spending a little bit more on propane that month. It was $55.
Our next category is insurance. Now this is insurance for both driving the RV and living in it. So it's a 2-in-1 and the price is pretty good.
Yeah, surprisingly for a year worth of insurance, it's $1,022, which comes out to about $85 a month. So not bad, yeah.
Next category is groceries. So we were kind of disappointed in our first month. We spent $602 on groceries, which just seems extremely high. And back home, Jenna was excellent about shopping at Aldi, Walmart, places like that.
I always had coupons and deals and BOGO. So this was like a category we were not too pleased with. It was $609 first month.
So
we
good
got
news.
it down to $429.
$429.
And we actually had people in the comments last video say, you guys are spending way too much money on food. So this one's for you guys.
We're fine with it. We love food, but not bad. So the next category, food related, is dining out. So it's about the same. Last month we spent $229. This month we spent $223. So about the same, but in total, that's still almost $700 in food.
We are not used to that. I'm very curious about what your family spends money, or how much money they spend on food, in your regular household with your kids, your husbands, wives, whatever. Let us know in the comments.
The next category is household items, toiletries. We spent $30 in the first month. This month we spent $26. So about the same.
The next category is mail, which is very important for people who are full-time RVers. They need to have a place where all their mail is going and not really bombarding maybe their family or friends. So what is it? We pay $9.99 a month?
Yep, and then we would pay a little more if we were to have certain mail forwarded, maybe $1 a piece potentially, which is not that often. So
last month we spent $10 and this month we spent $20. We just had a few more pieces of mail forwarded onto us.
Yep. Next category is laundry, which was pretty much identical. A couple loads of laundry. It was $15 in total.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So that's most of the primary categories. We did have a few people ask about Wi-Fi, internet. So we have Verizon plans, we have unlimited data, and we do also spend an extra $10 a month for each of us to have mobile hotspots. We have started to use more than our mobile hotspots. They're unlimited, but they're not unthrottled, meaning they get really slow after like 15 gigs. So we did actually, we just bought, it actually wasn't in this month, but I'll mention it, another hotspot from a company called Skyroam. And we'll talk about the pricing of that.
So far, so good. Yeah, we'll do a video on Skyroam.
But it's been good. The last category, or last two, recreation, we still spent $0 because we just hiked, biked, and explored really. We didn't actually pay to go anywhere. We have a national park pass.
Yeah.
But the last category, we're just calling it extras. It could maybe also be labeled like RV maintenance. So we had a pretty nasty like slash in one of our tires. I don't know how. I mean, we've driven some dirt roads, maybe caught a rock or whatever. It was fine. The tire maybe would have driven for another 1,000 miles. Who knows? But we
want to be safe.
Yeah, and we noticed this in I think we were still in Wyoming when we noticed this. We still had to drive back to North Carolina, so we figured let's be safe, not have a blowout. Going 70 or whatever.
So what, in Colorado we got it replaced?
Yeah, so we went to Discount Tire. We had it replaced. We spent about $250 there, and then I did go to O'Reilly's to prepare to do an oil change, which I didn't end up doing until we got home, but I bought a few things. So anyway, our extras category for this second month, part 2, so October, was $323. Last month, so from part 1, it was $1,317. So we dropped that by $1,000.
Drum roll.
Here we go. The grand total. So for the first month, okay, of full-time RV life, it was $3,417. For our second month, which includes that we drove across the country again,
was $2,172.
Awesome. So we dropped that by $1,300.
Yeah.
We're cool with that. And
as long as we're making more money from our jobs than we're spending, then let's keep living.
So that's the number, 2,172. I'm going to put up right here on the screen so you can see all those categories again. If there's things we left out, which of course there are some things that we didn't feel relevant, but if you want us to add a category or whatever, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly travel videos.
Go out and explore. Have a great day. Bye.
See ya.